My parents aren't who they say they are. Potential trigger warnings, eating disorder, and psychosis. Watch at your own risk. So when I was 12, I started noticing strange things about myself. Not the usual girl about to go through puberty shit. Real, strange stuff. I could see and hear things that my peers and parents couldn't seem to. I remember this one distinctive female voice would swim in and out of rooms, but also somehow inside my head, "Hey, you, listen up." Obviously at first I was freaked out, but she soon became a staple part of my day. She talked to me, and I talked back. At first it was just normal pleasantries, but eventually she began telling me things. It felt like she was some motherly figure looking out for me. "You can't trust your parents. Keep your head down. This place isn't safe for you. Don't eat that food. They're trying to drug you." Stuff like that. Really scary shit. At first I'd ask my mom and dad what was going on and who they were, but they'd always answer in the same way. "Honey, we're your parents. We love you, and we want you to be safe." But it always sounded fake. By the time I was 15, I was properly paranoid about everything and everyone around me. Around that time, I started to hear other voices, a man who would tell me to stay awake at night because things would happen if I dared to sleep, and a young, thin boy with big blue eyes who would appear in the corner of rooms, watching me, whispering things I couldn't quite make out. He looked a bit like me. Like if I had a younger brother, I think that's what he'd look like. I got so scared I'd go nights without sleep before eventually succumbing and passing out. I'd always feel like shit when I woke up, like something weird had happened whilst I slept. Bruises and scratches would turn up on my arms, and I swear a few times I could see track marks from needles. Call me delusional, but I wasn't scared of my guardians at all. Actually, it was quite the opposite. They were my protectors. The one's voice was soft and gentle, and the man's voice was assertive and calming. The boy just seemed to be warning me of something. The only two words I could ever work out were Mom and Dad. His body would shake whilst frantically whispering those words over and over. Anyway, my behavior started getting noticeably weird about a couple years ago. When I was nearly 17, my parents noticed that I was often in my own world, and my teachers had started reporting that I was skipping school and often dumping my home-brought meals in the bins. I lost a lot of weight because I was damn scared of the food being contaminated, and I spent a lot of time in the woods near my house. Strangely, when I hadn't eaten the poisoned food, I tended to feel a whole lot better. That's why I've always believed that there's something more to my visions than just mental illness. Once my parents noticed I was skipping food, they started enforcing meals. What broke me was I knew I couldn't trust Mom and Dad after all. They were the ones poisoning and testing on me. Who even were they? To be honest, I have little memory of my childhood. There's no pictures of me in this house. Like, not even cute baby photos or anything. Clearly I became thinner and thinner, outright refusing to eat shit that I hadn't made myself, which was hard to do because my parents were always around me. Sometimes I'd catch them writing things down in a notebook and whispering things to each other. Eventually I was dangerously thin, so now I'm being shipped off to a psychiatric hospital for refeeding and treatment for psychosis. I don't have psychosis. The woman has calmly told me time and time again that they are real and that they are here to help me. I have 24 hours before I'm being sent off there, and I'm absolutely terrified out of my mind. I'm not crazy. Something fucking weird is going on in this house. I swear to God, someone has been fucking with me for years, and I don't know what's going to happen once I'm admitted. Not even half an hour ago, I actually heard the boy say another word. This time it wasn't whispered or hard to decipher. Run. I think I'm gonna do it and get the fuck away from this place. Hell, I might even go to a whole nother city. Manchester isn't too far from here. I have a small amount of money and I've been researching shelters and stuff. Anywhere has to be better than here, right? If anyone has any advice, I'd love to hear it. I'm terrified. I've been packing as secretly as I can because Mom and Dad keep checking in on me. I think they're about to come back, so I'll have to hide my phone and stay offline for a while. If you don't hear from me, well, you can probably guess what happened.